About 500 feet from the edge of Highway 3152 lies a small forgotten cemetery in the woods that has seemed to have been abandoned for quite some time. As I walk further back into the woods, I spot even more graves. This got me thinking, who were these people? What did they do? And what kind of mark did they leave on this world? Did I just stumble upon a grave or graves a family member may have been looking for all this time? I may not have all the answers to these questions, but I had to know more about this abandoned cemetery. Join me as I try to unravel the mystery of who these people were. Just off this highway over here is this trail, and down this trail is a cemetery. Oh, we got a puddle of water we gotta go through. Wow, branches on the ground. Jeez. So I had a friend tell me about an abandoned cemetery out here in the woods that I should come check out, and he thinks I will find this interesting. Well, I finally found it. I've been out here for 45 minutes, going everywhere. These two trails behind me. I don't know what made me not want to look straight in front. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. There is a gate. I don't know how I did not see this. Again, I was walking down the trail this direction, and I went down this direction. And for some reason, how did I not see that? And you have to literally walk straight behind the camera and you'll see it. I don't know how I did not see it. But anyways, I finally found it. And I'm excited to check out this cemetery because I've done some research and I want to see if I can find a couple graves. Like I mentioned, there's a gate right here. This is the post that it was on one side, and there's another post over there. Now, I already did a walkthrough of this place, and I think I found one, maybe 2 or 3 graves that I'm looking for. And there's one right in the middle of your screen. Actually, there's 2 of them. One in the middle of your screen and one right over here. I just now noticed that one. And somebody put a chair out here, literally in the woods. Again, the road to get here is right down there. The first grave I'm coming up to is Minnie Foster, born February 16, 1878, died May 11th, 1949, 71 years old. The only thing that I found on Find a Grave is that Minnie is the wife of Tom Foster Sr. And right behind their headstone, somebody placed this. You can barely read it. Barely. I don't know why, but that is a really beautiful shot of all these skinny pine trees. Here is somebody's grave site. Ant pile. Wow. Oh, so that's how... Oh, Lord, there's ants. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, don't bite, don't bite. Yeah, I just made the ants mad. I didn't realize it was that long. It goes that far into the dirt. It's like a foot. There's a lot of ants. I think we just made them mad. As I walk this direction, here's another headstone that is covered up. We'll get over there shortly. I'm just taking you back into this beautiful scenery. And one of the graves that I've been looking for is actually on the right hand side of your screen. We'll get to that one in a minute as well. You're going to be surprised how long that person lived to be. Again, I'll show you. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm seeing 2 more graves out there. This is beautiful. If you want to get away from people, just go search for abandoned graveyards or cemeteries out here in the woods. And there are a bunch of them. This one in particular, I believe, is an all blacks cemetery from what I looked up. Now, here is the person that one of them that I really want to show you. Right here is Almeta Forsman. August 27, 1816, and died January 5th, 1918. Almost 102 years old. On Almeta's grave, it reads, at the bottom it says, "We will meet again." This person lived a long life during that time period and probably saw a lot in their life. There's no other information on Find a Grave talking about this person. I would love to know their story. I almost forgot to show you the grave over here that I mentioned seconds or minutes ago. Let's see if we can get in there. Should have brought some gloves. Please don't have no snakes. On the left-hand side is Peter. April 15, 1871 to November 27, 1932. He was 61 years old. And on the right is his wife, Lizzy. She was born on March 10th, 1895 to August 12th, 1943. 48 years old. I wonder what her cause of death was. Again, there's still no information online talking about these 2 individuals right here. You can hear the birds chirping. Alright, let's make our way back here. Okay, I'm seeing more graves. Okay, that's a good sign. There should be a total of... Sorry, I'm stopping. I'm looking for snakes. Should be a total of 27 graves out here. And I don't know how many I've seen so far. Somebody knows about this, because I'm seeing these type of markers right here that I'm trying to move. So there is a Masonic symbol on this person's gravestone, which indicates that the deceased was a Freemason. Does it say Monroe Jackson? March 12th, 1865 to September 20th, 1941. It's crazy how far back in the woods I am. These people are out here. I'm sure somebody knows about this, and it does need to be cleaned up. These trees need to be cut, needs to be raked, weed-eat, all that stuff, and you can put up a little fence, and whatever the name of the cemetery is, I'll put it on screen. It shouldn't be like this. Again, there's a bunch of them out there that are in the woods. I think I see 2 more graves. Which one do I want to start with? Start with this one. Let me turn the camera this direction. I'm seeing 2 more. I'm sure there's probably a couple more that I'm not seeing, but at least we can document what I can. Wow, this stone looks pretty clean. This right here symbolizes a farewell or a bond between the deceased and their loved ones. And this symbol was completely used by fraternal organizations
like the Independent Order of the Oddfellows. These are just two meanings out of X amount online. But this grave belongs to Kitty Figgin, July 15, 1856 to July 12, 1911. 54 years old.
You can definitely tell it is abandoned. Ah, I see another one. Okay. Let's come to this one first as we're already here. December 24th, that's Christmas Eve, 1862 to March, what is that, 21st, 1931. Born on Christmas Eve. Here's another one of these markers. I'll say it again for the third time. Somebody does know this cemetery is out here, because those look a little bit newer. Even though that looks cleaner, I think those are newer. I don't think they had those during the that time period. I don't know, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Here's another grave that I mentioned. I think this is the grave I was looking for, the other grave that I was looking for.
Mary F. Qualls. Mary's birth and death dates are unknown, based on what I found on Find a Grave.
I'm not sure if this headstone has sunken into the ground or if that's just how it is. Interesting plant right here. Oh, I broke it. Some type of fungus. Again, another one of these. So, as I was checking out the stone back there with the handshake, I noticed that there's a fence back here, and looks like we're coming up to that was part of an entryway at one point. Here's the fence that I was talking about. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's meant for the cemetery. Here's here's a post. Oh, okay, I thought it was another entryway, so oh, maybe it's somebody else's property, I guess. Alright, well, let's get through all these vegetation and nature out here. Wow. I know there has to be more graves out here. I think we saw 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. There's a total of 24, 27, 28, something like that. Look what I just found. Maybe 25 feet from one of the gravestones. It looks like a skull of some sort of creature. You can see the eyes, where the eyes were at. I'm not touching that. I don't touch bones.
Even though I wasn't able to find out much information online about these people or the cemetery, I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows about this particular cemetery. If you are familiar with the cemetery and you know exactly where it is, I would love to know the stories behind these individuals. I hope one day this cemetery gets a makeover so the families can visit their loved ones. No cemetery should ever be abandoned. There are memories, stories, you name it, that are right here in front of your eyes. I would love to be able to come back, clean up this cemetery.
Okay, I think I have taken up enough of your time. again, a friend sent me a message saying you might be interested in checking out this abandoned cemetery that's just outside of a town or city called Onalaska, something like that. It's just outside of it, maybe 12 minutes, if that. I hope you learned something from this video. Try to keep it educational as possible, just like all my other videos. If you want to check out my socials or whatever, they'll be in the video description down below. As always, catch you in the next upload.